So for me, one of the hardest things about running a business is just coming up with what I'm doing, like my big project at the time, or the focus. Generally, since I have 3 kids, and I started it when my first 2 were 2 and 4 years old, so they were pretty young, and then we bought a fixer-upper because that was what we could afford, and for me to be home and be running the business and everything, that's what we could afford. And I was also being very, very selective about what house to get, because we needed forest in the backyard for the business. My husband loves to garden, and of course we wanted a garden. So we managed to get a property that is 1.2 acres. So it's not huge, but it is enough. And then in the backyard, there's this big forest that will be a future park. And I figured that out the day I saw the property. And so we saw it, well, I saw it early afternoon, and then I brought my husband right before sunset, and then boom, we put the offer right that moment, which was a good thing, because that night apparently they got 2 additional offers. So because it's a kind of property that's a little less expensive than the others here, and I think people ended up wanting it as an investment property, like a rental house. Although I don't know, it's an okay rental house, I guess, potentially. But anyway, so we had that house to fix up, and then right after I put the offer on the house, I realized I was pregnant with our 3rd kid, and so I have 2 girls and then a boy, and he's just been a big handful. So anyway, things are settling down way more now, and my kids will play. My oldest would just, she's in the reading and doing her art phase, so she's not playing for hours anymore. But my younger 2 will just play pretty independently and not bother me. I just have to make sure I have food and everything, so I have time. But one of the issues, I think, with a lot of mom entrepreneurs is just having that mental space to be able to focus. So focus and get into flow. And frankly, I should be constantly leaning on the forest knowledge that I have, which is there's a type of movement that you can do in the woods called fox walking, and it actually brings your mind into flow. So I think sometimes I don't know, I'm not even sure what it is. I think part of me, maybe I'm waiting for things to get easier or better or something, and I'll tell myself I can't get into flow, or but it is funny, because sometimes, a lot of days, I can do it so easily. I do have the kind of personality where I can focus generally. If I know what I need to focus on, I can focus. But I just have to decide what I'm focusing on, because you ideally, for your flow periods of time through the day, most people say you have one focus period. Should be anywhere from 1 to 3 hours of focus time, and you do it at the same time every day, and you're focusing on one big project at a time, so you actually get it done. So anyway, I'm doing that. I'm working on a book. I'm working on an herbal medicine book now, and then I do have a mushroom field guide I'm working on too. So for that, I'm collecting photos right now. It's summer, so there are a lot of photos I'm taking. But and then going out in the woods taking photos, you're not going to be in flow state for that, obviously. That's different. But I guess you can if you're doing the fox walking and you're moving silently, but it's kind of the explore mode, really. So anyway, but the wilderness skill is It it really helps you understand like what's going on with people right now with technology too, because like we're a lot of times fighting against our own brains and how we actually think and are meant to live our lives. We're not meant to be bombarded with all of these distractions all day like the way we are. And you know, if you're like me and you're a mother entrepreneur, you have your kids in the house and they're running around and you're, you know, right there in the middle of things. You get that from your kids, and then you get it from, you know, social media. You're trying to like do one post and then you get sucked in to some things other people are saying, or the news can do it, or, you know, someone could send you a text message or call you. So basically it's, you know, the more you can simplify your life, the easier it is to get into flow. But if you're not familiar, I keep saying the word flow, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but flow it's that state where you can get a lot done really quickly, and 3 hours might feel like just a few minutes. So that's what flow is. And so usually, like, you think about like a writer will be in flow when they're like really productive, or like a musician when they're practicing, and they might be in flow. But really, like all the people who are like whatever you're doing for your big project at the moment, it's great if you can be in flow, because you'll get so much more done more quickly. So definitely spending time in the woods really helps. Like yesterday, we had a little fire circle. I sat there for a good 30 minutes, just, you know, looking up at the trees and, you know, smelling the campfire. So sometimes even just 30 minutes, if you're feeling a little stressed, that can help. Usually, like, I recommend 3 hours once a week. It's kind of that's the rule of thumb I go for. So I try to get all my kids to do that at least 3 hours. We're not really hitting the 1,000 hours outside this year, I don't think. Maybe it's possible I am, possible my husband is, and my younger two, but my oldest, she's always been an artist, and so she just loves sitting there, drawing and all of that. So, I think I just found a mushroom I've been looking for. Oh my, what's this one? Wow. I'm gonna have to pause this and take a picture. Look at that one. Yeah. I'm gonna figure out what that is and take a picture.